up, everybody? You're listening to Back to the Future. This is the podcast where we talk about films and entertainment. My name is Joseph.
And I'm Edward.
Today we're going to be talking about Queen's Gambit. And I know Edward has a fondness for that show, right?
Yeah, I saw it the night it came out.
So Queen's Gambit is a miniseries created by Scott Frank and Alan Scott. It's based off the novel by Walter Tevis. It stars Anya Taylor-Joy as Beth Harmon, who is an orphan chess prodigy. We follow her rise to the top of the chess world as she struggles with drug and alcohol dependency. I think that's probably the part of the show that I really liked.
What, her dealing with her drugs?
Yeah.
When she's like a little kid wanting drugs, like out of the cookie jar or whatever that was.
She was a fiend when she was like 10 years old or something like that, right?
I don't know how old she was, to be honest.
Yeah, she was pretty young. Yeah, man, I think I really like the show. I don't know why it took me so long to watch it. I know we're a little bit behind. It came out, like a month? 6 to 4 5?
I don't know, probably like 3 months ago, honestly.
Yeah, several months ago. And, yeah, I know you had watched it, and I heard it was good, but it took me a while just to get around to it. But it was a little slow. I'd say the first episode was a little bit slow, just in the beginning. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, once it got going, and then like, most shows it takes a couple of episodes to get going, but for this one I think it just took like half of the first episode, and then I was like sucked into it.
I got you. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't seen it since I first saw it, but once you start talking about it, I'm sure I'm gonna remember it. I remember it being pretty good though. And I don't know, is her name, you said Anya. I always said Anya. I don't know.
Did I say Anya?
Yeah,
I don't know. Anya, whatever
it is.
Onion.
The girl from The Witch.
Yeah, she won the Golden Globe, right? Or yeah, Golden Globe for Best Actress.
Yeah, and what was it, movie? I forgot what they call it.
TV drama or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was well deserved.
Yeah, I think she did pretty good. I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah, she did a phenomenal job in that role. Yeah, so starting off with the show, it just starts off when she's a little kid. You see her like get in a car accident or something. She's having a nightmare about it, right? Her mom, you're all like...
I'm trying to remember.
No, it's fine. So, yeah, she gets in a car accident, and then that's how she becomes an orphan. Her dad's not really prevalent in her life, and she gets sent to this orphanage. She's just like a weird little kid, and it takes some time. You just see her like living at the orphanage, and they start giving her drugs, and this girl like tells her to take the green pill at night, and it's a tranquilizer.
Yeah. That's right. It's tranquilizer.
It's a tranquilizer. So if you... I'm assuming it creates some kind of hallucinogenic effect or whatever. It's like getting you high, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess it's supposed to calm them so they can go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure this was a thing because the show takes place in the early 50s. This was in the 50s, right? Because she becomes like a chess champ around in the 60s, mid to late 60s. So yeah, as in the early 50s, and I'm sure that was a real thing that they were like giving kids drugs that they were like, I didn't realize this causes like drug dependency.
I'm sure amongst all kinds of other things that are outlawed today.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like people used to just smoke indoors and everywhere. I mean, that's not even that long ago that they banned that. But so she develops this drug dependency, and then she stumbles across this janitor in the basement of the orphanage. He's playing chess, and as a typical guy back in the day, he didn't really like. He was like, "Girls don't play chess," and she's like, "I want to play." Mm-hmm. So he lets her play, and he notices that she picks up the game really fast, and then she actually beats his ass in like.
But he like shows no remorse, right? He plays her like an actual person at first, and he makes her like lose a lot of times before she actually wins.
Well, I mean, they only played a handful of games until she started winning. So she only lost a couple of times, and then he started beating her, and that's when she started beating him, excuse me. And that's when he realized, oh shit, this girl's like a chess prodigy, or she's got a gift here. But her thing is she would take the drugs, and then at night she would like see the chess pieces on the ceiling, and she would play chess or whatever.
Yeah, like plan out all kinds of moves. Like I guess she didn't know what they were called necessarily, or at least at that time, right? She wasn't, because I know later on she's like reading books and all that stuff, all these different chess masters.
And that's what was cool about the show is like I didn't realize that there was like strategy to chess like that. Like I learned to play chess when I was young, but I just knew all the moves. I didn't know that there were like defenses and different maneuvers and stuff like that. So I mean, I was never like that deep into it.
Yeah, I learned how to play chess, but honestly, like chess and pool to me are like the exact same thing as far as like I know like what they do, but I'm not over there like calling my shot. Like I'm not like, hey, rook to f5 or whatever, however the hell they say it.
Yeah, I guess like for me, pool's more of just like I don't really give a like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit my ball, and if it goes in, it goes in. I'm not like, hey, 8-ball corner pocket type of thing.
Yeah, and I for me, chess is I do get that there is strategy involved, and I think that's why I was drawn to it because it just involves a little more thinking. But I mean, I'm sure pool involves strategy and stuff too. Not to knock pool, I'm sure there's some pool players out there. You're just like, what the fuck? But anyways, getting back to the movie, the mini series. You think there's gonna be a part 2?
I don't see why there would be, to be honest. Well, I mean, what would it be that her teaching someone else? Yeah, see, I don't. I'm not saying it can't be, but I just don't see a reason for it.
Maybe there's like a new chess master that emerges that she feels compelled to beat.
Possibly another little kid. I have no idea.
Yeah, I did some research after the show because I was like, is this? Obviously, it's based off of a novel, a fictional novel, so it isn't about a real person.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed to hear that when I found out. I was like, oh, I thought this was like a girl. It's basically a girl version of Bobby Fischer.
Yeah. It's based off of similar or real life chess players, most of them being men. But it's kind of ironic because after the novel was written, a male or a female chess player quite like her who was a redhead and just like a child prodigy kind of emerged in the chess world. I can't remember her name. I think she was like Polish or something like that, or maybe like from some European country. But I was like reading about it, and she's considered like one of the greatest female chess players in the world. And she was like the only female that was like ranked in the top 10 in the world in terms of like men and women. She was the only one that cracked the top 10 being as a chess player. So.
I'm curious as how much money they made, because it made it seem like, I mean, they weren't like making tons of money, but they're pretty well off. I guess the better you got.
I'll be honest, like I'm sure it's like enough to like make a decent, maybe like a 6-figure salary living, but I don't think you can make, and I could be wrong, but this is just my opinion. I don't think you can make like millions unless you do what like a traditional athlete would do and get sponsorships and stuff like that, which I'm sure there are sponsorships now. Actually, the current chess prodigy in the world is Magnus Carlsen. He's considered like the greatest chess player right now. He's a Swedish, I believe, or I think, and or I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I might be wrong on that. But anyways, he makes over $1 million a year, but he does other things like he has other like revenue outlets, and he does a lot of like photo shoots and stuff like that. So
yeah, but in this day and age, I'm just curious: do like the best take on the best, or do the best take on like a computer program?
No, it's still people playing.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's for me to consider myself the best. Do I have to beat you, who's like second place, or do I have to beat a computer that's considered first?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, see, I don't know that. I'm just curious.
I mean, I think you'd have to beat another person. I don't think really computers get rankings. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but there are like a lot of the things in the show are true. Like you get rankings as a chess player and stuff like that. I don't think machines are like capable of like being as, because there is that that element to the show where she's more intuitive. She likes to like play off of based off of what other people are doing. I forgot what they said it was. She's less like methodical in terms of like thinking out every move that somebody, and more of like she's a reactive player, like how they would make a move, she would react to the move. And I think that's why they were like, oh, she's got a lot of flair and stuff like that, because most chess players probably aren't thinking in terms of reacting to other people. They're like trying to plan it out. But yeah, the character was awesome, man. So she develops this drug dependency, she drug and alcohol, and then it doesn't help that she does get adopted into this like dysfunctional family where the husband runs away, which was kind of weird to me because they never really explained. They're like, he just went to Denver and he was gonna stay in Denver. So I don't know if he found another family over there, he just moved away.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was kind of like
he's being detained. That's what she said.
From what I remember, it was kind of like a gift to the wife to let them adopt her, right, or something like that. Yeah. And he was like, I guess this will make you happy, type of thing.
Yeah, because yeah, that's the whole thing with their relationship is like he was never home. He was always traveling. I mean, the guy just didn't love his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was just wanted to get her off his back. So he let her adopt a child or whatever,
Yeah,
which was Beth Harmon, the chess prodigy.
that's right. That was her name.
And they kind of kept that from her because in the show, as a young child, she really develops uh, this addiction to those pills, and they stop giving them those pills. So she's like, I need them, and she breaks into the little nurse's office and like just starts eating them, and then fucking like passes out.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that, they banned her from playing chess at the orphanage. But and then and then so like in that aspect, the show is kind of weird because it jumped from her being a kid to being like a teenager who got adopted, and they never talked if she kept playing or if she was like sneaking around playing.
Oh, I would assume she kept playing, just or at least in her head, the way they made it seem like she could just play in her head while she was going to sleep.
Yeah, probably. But so yeah, it jumps ahead to she's a kid and like nothing ever happened. She never like kept playing in the world or whatever, and then she gets adopted and she wants to continue playing chess with. She wants to go to a chess tournament, and the mom gives her she doesn't. The mom doesn't even give her the money.
I'm trying to think. How does she get that money? Oh, she asks. She asked the janitor, or was he the janitor? I don't know. She asked him, hey, or she writes him a letter. Hey, I want to sign up for this contest. I'd appreciate if you could send me some money. Whatever I win, I'll send you back your part. And then I guess in the mail, he sends her that money to join that competition.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. That's exactly what happens. She asks him for $5, and she says, "I'll give you 10 back when I win." Because she's so confident that she's gonna win.
And which is interesting because the first time she goes, she knows nothing about the competitions, and that girl who is, I guess because she's a girl, they team her up like against another girl, but that girl ends up giving her like kind of like the basics, like, hey, this is what you gotta do. I don't remember exactly what she teaches her, but she's kind of like
simple things like with the clock. She's like, hey, this is how the clock works. You have a pen and pencil to write your moves down so you can keep track of the moves you've played. Little things in a chess tournament that she knew nothing about, but she immediately picked them up like it was nothing. So that was interesting to me too, because like it's not just about knowing how to play chess. There's like rules in the competition that you also have to learn, that she just was like, okay, that's easy.
And then like the best of the best was he's been coming on a lot of stuff lately. I just know him as Neville from Harry Potter, but he was also in Devil all the time. He played the preacher who killed his wife. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that. Yeah.
But it was funny because I was like, oh, I didn't realize this guy was in here. But he's like the prodigy of the town, I guess, maybe.
He's like the best in the state.
Yeah, something
he's a
like
Kentucky
that.
State champion.
Yeah, and she beats him, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think she ever loses until like she gets to like the big time, pretty much.
Yeah, she had a draw against the I can't remember his name, but it's a cowboy guy with the leather jacket.
Oh yeah, and he ends up
So that was her, in her mind, that was like her first taste of defeat because she had a draw. She wants to win.
Well, wasn't there also like a prodigy coming up, like a kid, and then she kind of like used I guess she used it against him that he was young and a boy. She kind of like not necessarily flirted with him, but she was, that's when she gets up and she's like walking around the table and he's trying to be serious, play her, and she ends up beating him or making a draw or something.
Yeah, it's like another Russian kid.
Yeah,
she ends up beating him.
I forgot. I don't know exactly what happens at that moment where he's like, I guess she realizes like, oh, this kid's pretty good too.
Yeah, so really quick, a slightly off topic. So the current chess player, Magnus Carlsen, that dude started playing chess when he was like 13 or 14. I don't know. He started playing when he was a kid, like really young, but he started playing tournaments when he was like 10 or 11 maybe. And I watched a video where he beat this like old, not old, but it was a man who was he's one of the best, probably like top 10 chess players. And this dude shows up. You could tell this dude's just annoyed he's playing a kid. He shows up like an hour late, and then they ended up going into a draw. And like that kid, Magnus, like gets bored waiting for him to make his moves. And there's a video, you can find it on YouTube. And he just starts like getting up and doing what Beth was doing. He's like standing up and he's like looking at he's like watching other chess players and just kind of like like just something like a little kid would do that's like bored. And yeah, I thought that was funny, and you could tell the guy who's playing was getting like really annoyed that he was doing that. And they ended up he didn't beat him, but it was a draw. And they were like, "Do you think you could have beat him?" And he's like, "Yeah, looking back, I probably should have beat him, but I was like really nervous because he was like the top, like one of the greatest chess players in the world at the time." And they were like, "You were nervous?" He's like, "Yeah."
That's interesting though, because I mean, like you would think, I guess because he plays chess and like you see like who the best of the best are, but like any like normal person, like, hey, who's the best chess player in the world? You're like, oh hell, I don't know.
Yeah, you're just like, oh. But yeah, it was cool. And then, so going back to the whole tournament thing, yeah, she beats the best Kentucky player in the world, and she faces a lot of good opponents. But one thing I like about the show is not only was the way it was shot, but the way they show these chess tournaments. It's not boring. You're not just sitting there watching somebody play chess. A lot of the times they just skip. They show the beginning of it, and then they just cut to the end, and she's already won, and she's like talking about her win with whoever she beat or whatever.
Yeah. I got you. Some of them are kind of like easy for her, and it's like she has like already something else on her mind. Isn't there a time where she like goes to like 4 or 5 guys like nothing? Like they just kind of show her like win.
Yeah. And then a big thing on the show is she depends on that little green pill. She I think at one point. And I think it's in the Kentucky tournament, she goes into the restroom and pops the pill, and she starts seeing the chess pieces on the.
Oh, that's right.
So she depends on the drugs to help her hallucinate to visualize the win, I guess.
Yeah, that her next move. I forgot about that. And then that's right. I was like, where else? Where else does she get them? But she starts getting them from her mom, right?
Yeah.
Well, what about when the mom passes away? I don't know how she gets them still.
She's old enough. She just starts getting her own.
Oh, her own prescription.
Yeah, her own prescription.
Oh, okay.
Doctor. You can fucking doctor shop and find until you find somebody that'll give you a prescription for anything.
I remember when the movie first started, or not the movie, the miniseries. Sorry, first started, and I was like, "Who's in her bed?" And then later on, you find out it's her mom, wasn't it, or something?
No, that was a girl, I think.
Was it?
It was like a French chick.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And
she wakes up in the bathtub.
Yeah, she likes that guy also, or she spends time with that cowboy guy.
Yeah. That's
right.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about the show too, is these characters. So all these, like, they're not grandmasters, but they're like, the best of the best that she beats. They come back into her life. And I think that's pretty cool how they show the chess community is just like a small community. So you run into these people, even journalists or whatever. You constantly, she's seeing them at other tournaments, or she's having interactions with them, or they're grabbing beers after the tournament and having like discussions about chess and stuff like that. And that's what I really like about the character, is how obsessed she is with her sport. I guess you can call it a sport, because I can sympathize with that obsession, and and Arissa too. I told Arissa when we were watching, I was like, "Oh, I love how obsessed she is," and she's like, "I know you would." She's like, "You're sick," and I was just like, I mean, hey, if all the things you can be obsessed with, at least you're obsessed with something like cool or interesting. So,
is chess more of a sport than e-games?
No, I'd say they're equal. I mean, you can play chess online now, so.
No, I guess you're
would
right.
that be considered an e-sport now?
I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah,
I'm sure it is. We didn't do our research. But
I'd be pretty good at solitaire.
Yeah, you just hit auto. Just click. You don't even have to play. You just like click in the like.
Oh yeah, you just double click wherever it needs to go.
Yeah, wherever it will go. Yeah, I have a funny story about that. So I'm pretty decent. I know how to play blackjack, and I wouldn't say I'm like great at it, but I'm decent at it. And I went to a casino, and I was like, "Oh, this is the one card game I know how to play, and I'm good at." And then, like, I sat down, and I don't know if I was just like intimidated, or I had never played in, kind of like Beth never played in a tournament. I had never played in person, and so there's all these rules, like the dealer like can't, like, I don't know, they can't touch anything, or you know, you don't give them money directly, and you have to put the chips on the table so they can grab them, and then I don't know, it was just like, it was just so the pacing was so different. I was just like kind of like, I don't know what the fuck to do,
Hell yeah, dude. I remember when I went to the casino, and I didn't even fuck with the game cards because the card games, because I remember someone had told me that they had went to the casino. They're like, "Yeah, if you ever play blackjack, they're like, don't lift your cards, or you're not supposed to like look at them or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. And I was too nervous. I was like, I don't want to get called out, fucking, But
Well, so I got lucky because there's this like drunk lady there who like probably like lived at the casino, and she was all like, "I'll help you, baby. I'll show you how to play." And I was like, "Okay." I mean, granted, this isn't Louisiana, and I was like, "Okay, cool." And so she was literally just like babying me, like, "Okay, do this, like, do you want to hit? Do you want to keep, do you want to keep going, or do you want to like, whatever it's called, stay or."
I got you.
So it was cool, man. It was cool.
You're all, I'll stay.
Yeah.
The dealer's all like, I suggest you hit, sir.
I too like to live dangerously.
That lady's like, this is what you do, baby, while she's telling you one thing. Her partner's on the other side sneaking chips off your table.
Nah, it was just her. She was just all drunk. Some drunk, like, fucking cougar.
Oh, that was nice of her.
She was, man. And then she took me back to her hotel room.
Oh, that's another story.
Yeah, that's for another time. No, I'm just kidding. That never happened.
What, the lady or the bedroom?
The taking me to her hotel room.
I was about to say, I want to hear the story after the podcast.
It was cool, man. It was like a fun experience.
That's cool. Yeah, whenever I go to the casino, I usually just do the slots.
Whoa, what'd you call me?
The slots.
Oh. I like slots.
Yeah, you knew where that was coming from.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, this chick said slots. This old lady knows where the slots are at.
Hell yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. No, but yeah, going back to the show, man. Her performance was great. The story was really good, and I'm not kidding. I kept finding myself. I paced myself. We watched an episode a night, and it's only like seven episodes.
Yeah, I think it's like 8, honestly.
7 or 8 1-hour episodes. Totally doable. If you watch one a night, you can finish it within a week.
Yeah.
And yeah, we paced ourselves, but I wanted to keep watching more. After every episode, I was like, I want to see what happened next. I want to see what happened next. So in that respect, they did a really good job of keeping you intrigued. Keeping intrigued, yeah, for sure.
What was the deal with her haircut? They never explained. It was, I guess, did all the girls at the what do you call a place where
the orphanage?
Orphanage. I was like, what do you call a place where all the adopted kids go? Yeah, I was like, did they all have that haircut? But I don't think so.
No. I think she just had that weird little haircut as a kid.
Yeah,
and then,
I don't know.
But her style. That was another cool thing about the show. Her style evolved as she got older and started making more money.
Yeah, she got money. Yeah, because everyone was making fun of her at first.
Yeah,
and then like and then I like how she goes back and like. I mean, it's just like, anything else. But she goes back to like her hometown, and she sees the girls that used to make fun of her. Like they're married with kids and stuff, and she's over here like buying the fancy clothes that she always wanted and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
She has her own money. I thought that was cool because she runs into this high school chick, and it's funny because she sees her, and this chick's just like the popular girl in school, but now she's like married with a kid, and she's like, you could tell she's a drunk. She's a drunk too because she has like liquor bottles just like under the baby carriage.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she sees that thing of
Isn't she getting liquor also herself though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
that's right.
But that's the thing. She's like, oh, we're not so different. Like you are probably really unhappy with your life because you didn't do anything with it, and you just settled down and fucking. Had a kid. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that's perfectly fine for most people to do, but
just the fact that she made fun of her for like when she was in school.
Yeah, and now she's like, she made fun of her, and then Beth is the one who's living this like cool exotic life, traveling the world, playing chess tournaments, doing all this like really cool stuff that this girl's probably never ever gonna get to do.
I will say my favorite scene of the entire movie is when she's dancing in her living room. I don't know if you know what scene I'm talking about, but
is it towards the end? Is it towards the end when she's all wasted?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think my internet was lagging that day, so I had to rewind it.
Sick.
What?
Yeah, but she looked gross when she put that weird eyeliner.
Oh,
she was trying
dude,
to look
you're
like...
not lying. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was like, what the hell is she trying to do?
You're hot still.
Yeah, that's right. And she gets invited to go participate or watch or judge or something.
Yeah, to just like go take pictures and like talk to new reporters and just kind of be like, just be a part of this like tournament or whatever. It's like, oh, we have this celebrity Beth Harmon here.
Yeah.
And that was like her lowest point in her life.
Yeah, she ditches
because
it.
you know, spoiler alert, her adopted mother passes away. And that's another thing. I like the relationship with her and her mom had. It was her adopted mother, but dude, you can tell there was like love there. The mom loved her and needed her, and she loved and needed her mom. And it wasn't so much of a mother-daughter relationship, even though she called her my mom and stuff like that. But that lady was definitely there for her and like a support system for her. They were a support system for each other. And I don't know. It was just so unique to me. I thought I've never really seen anything like that on in a movie, like a relationship like that.
Yeah, you know, I felt sad for that lady because her first husband leaves her, and then she finds some kind of happiness. Where are they at? Mexico, right?
Yeah.
She gets with that guy, and then like
he just uses her.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm just like, man, this poor lady.
Kind of just like a hookup. So he got tired of her.
Did she say that he went back to his family or something like that?
He had to go to a business trip too. He just fucking disappeared.
Everyone's just on a business trip.
Yeah. It's good, dude. Yeah. That's the interesting thing about it is you see like everyone else has their own story. Everyone else has their own problems. It's not just her, even though she is highly destructive in terms of her trajectory to stardom, because she does have all this success and fame and fortune that people crave, but she's like profoundly unhappy, and she abuses alcohol and drugs to fill that hole inside of her. And we've talked about that on the show before about alcohol and stuff like that, and how I've whatever, I've abused it in the past, and it's kind of getting over it or whatever, but it's cool, man. I'm drawn to shit like that. I really, really like seeing these damaged characters who are highly functioning and successful, but they're so unhappy and they're so destructive to themselves. And it's this like arc that you see the rise, the fall, and then the redemption of the character. And that's what we get in the show. And I think that's what's really appealing to me, at least.
No, yeah. I was trying to think. At the end of the series, though, she wins. That's not a spoiler. It should be obvious. But what did you think about when she goes to like the park and like it's like pretty much like a group of old men, they're playing and like, oh, you're Beth, you just won. I like how they ended it, right? Where what did she say? She said something like,
let's play.
Yeah, let's play.
In Russian.
Oh, okay. I don't know how you say it in Russian, but
what were you about to say?
I was about to say Rasputin. I don't know where the hell I got that from.
I think that's a name, but
it could be. I have no idea. But but another thing I was gonna tell you was, what's pretty messed up is like how the mom dies and the dad comes back and he's like, doesn't he have a lawyer or something? He's like, I want the house.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, man, that's cool. I was like, you took off, and like the only thing you want is like your house back.
I think how she calls him dad. I'm your daughter. Yeah, she's like, I'm your daughter. He's like, on paper.
Oh yeah, he's cold, but he was like that from the very beginning, though.
Yeah, you can tell he was like a piece of shit.
What are you looking up over there?
How to say let's play in Russian?
Oh,
Davayat igrat.
Let's do
I don't
it.
know. I don't know if that's correct.
We'll just go with it.
Or you could just say it like Antonio Banderas in Desperado. Let's play.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the very beginning of the movie or what? When he's a mariachi?
I think it's like towards the end where it's like he's gonna like have a shootout and he's like, "Let's play."
Oh god.
And then the other part wherever those guys are like, "Matalo," and he's like, "Not yet." His little guns come out of his sleeve.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's when his suitcase opens up.
Yeah. Whoa, wait a minute. I'm not against you guys.
That's right.
They're like, it's him. Yeah. It's me. He's like, I am not against you guys. I just want to know where what's his name, Bucho is, and then that's when Cheech is like, Matalo. Yeah,
he has that. Oh no, not him. That guy next to him. I'd be that guy. You would be Cheech. I'd be that guy that next to him at the bar.
The guy with the like leather vest on, who takes Quentin Tarantino to the back.
That'd be me. I don't have much lines. I'm like, let's just do this real quick.
Let's. Yeah, man. Hang on a second. My thing stopped recording. But yeah, tell me. I want to hear what you liked about the show. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part is probably her relationship also with that girl that was in the orphanage with her. I like how you find out, that she kept that book, and so for anyone who hasn't seen it, the main girl, her name is Beth. She's getting adopted, and she's looking for this book that the old man she used to play with gave her, and it's kind of like I don't know. Remember if it's like a chess? It's a chess book for sure, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, I think about like chess moves and strategy and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's like someone stole it, and you find out later on that her friend took it because she missed her and she didn't want her to be without her.
Yeah, it's kind of like a spite. She's like, "You're getting adopted, bitch. I'm gonna take your book."
But to be fair, I mean that girl. I'm sure that happens in real life. I feel bad for kids who are like 17, 18 who never get adopted. It's kind of sad.
It sucks. But so going back to the show. That's the cool thing. We see that character and how she grew up and how she like paved her own path in the world. And there's a line that character said. I wish I remembered her name. And it is like the most profound thing in the show to me. And she tells her. She goes, "You have been so good at what you do for so long that you don't know how hard it's been for the rest of us." Okay. And dude, that just fucking struck a chord. Pardon my French. That just struck a chord with me because, like, I didn't find what I enjoyed and what I was good at until I was like later on in life, and then I was like, oh, this is my thing. This is what I'm good at. This is what I want to do. Yeah. And it's crazy and there are like, prodigies out there, like little kids who like instantly are good at something and then practice it and become the best at it. And that's like their whole life, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, I can't understand that. I can't relate to that.
What about someone who was, let's just say they were really good at something, like let's just say someone you went to school with, they were really good at something and then they just like drifted away from it and you're like, you kind of think like, what happened that you don't want to do that anymore? Like, let's just say you were like the best artist in school. Like, why don't you do that anymore? And they're like, I don't know, just got tired of it.
Well, I think the show explores quite the opposite is that, people do get tired of doing these things. So Beth grows up and she meets all these people that she used to compete against who aren't doing that anymore. Like the Kentucky State champion guy. He moved on with his life. He went to school to be an engineer.
Isn't he like bagging groceries or something?
Yeah, he's a grocery store manager, but he's going to college part time as he's studying to be a electrical engineer or something like that. She meets this other girl, the girl that in the first tournament that they put her against, that she helped her, showed her all the things. She meets her again at a tournament, and the girl's like, "Oh, I'm just so proud. I was your first official chess match." And right. She's like, "Oh, are you still playing?" She's like, "Oh no, I gave up years ago. I'm going to school to be a doctor now."
Oh yeah.
And so she sees all these people who have moved on from chess in their life, and like I can't help but think she probably kind of feels like shit because she's just like, "Oh, I'm still playing the game,"
Yeah, but she's really good at it. And it makes her money.
Yeah, she's the best, and she is good at it. But it's kind of like. I would say it's like kind of like it sucks to see people move on that get to move on because in a way she's trapped doing that because that's the only thing she's fucking good at. Yeah. What else is she going to do? She can't go to college she could, but she probably doesn't want to.
Yeah. And she gives that old man his props. She's like, make sure you put that in the paper.
Well, she did. She got interviewed and she said that he taught her and they didn't publish it. So unfortunately, it was after he passed away. But she was like, make sure you publish that. Like everyone should know this man is the one who taught me chess. So,
and then she goes back to her old orphanage and she sees that he kept all those like, kind of like the newspaper clippings of her that she was winning. Like he was kind of like that was not necessarily his daughter, but like, hey, like. He followed her little rise to fame.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was cool, and you could tell he was probably just like proud of her or whatever. So I liked it, man. It was a really good show. There's so many different like things to like about it. I highly recommend. If you haven't seen it already, I would recommend you go watch it.
Yeah, go check it out.
And if you had, I hope we did it justice because I'm really proud. I mean, not proud. I'm really I really enjoyed it, and I'm really proud of Beth Harmon. Edward, last thing you'd like to say about it?
Can't wait to see the Northern Men.
Huh?
Northern Men with Anya Taylor-Joy.
Is that a movie or?
It's a movie.
I said about the show, but okay.
That was the only thing I could think
the
of.
Actress. Okay, so Edward has brought me my my Christmas present.
And today's date is
March 13th.
March 13th.
Hey, better late than never.
Yeah, I was actually gonna save it for this year's Christmas, but I was like, nah.
I mean, you probably could have. I wouldn't have. So let's go ahead and open this up on camera. I thought it was like something of the movies.
Yeah.
I see something blockbuster. I have to say I do love the wrapping paper. It's awesome. What is this party game? A movie game for anyone who has ever seen a movie.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I just know it has to do with movies.
We've definitely seen a movie. Bring home the entertainment. The golden age of video rental is back with a party game starring the movies you know and love. And like all great blockbusters, this one is a double bill. Part 1 is a movie buzzer battle. Part 2 is a triple charades Jeopardy. Like, let the good times roll. I like this, dude. Awesome, badass. I'm gonna definitely play this.
It looks like, yeah, I like how it's like an old like VHS tape.
Yeah, Amy and Megan, if you're watching this or listening, we're definitely gonna play this. We always play when we go over to their house. We always play like some like meme. What's that meme? Have you played that?
It sounds familiar. Or something. It was kind of like Cards Against Humanity.
Kind of like yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like Twister or something. Shoots and ladders.
Jesus, crowd, break my hip. Thank you, Edward. Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Seriously, this is a badass gift. Better than that fucking hat I got you. This one actually has more thought into it. Nice.
What? You remembered my team?
Oh, that's true.
But to be honest, you probably just walked into like lids and there was like 90% Spurs stuff.
No, I'm not. Yeah, when I get gifts, it's always hard to. I just don't know what you want. You know, I don't know what to get you.
Yeah, well, I was like, what's Joseph like? Oh, of course, movies. That's the easy one. I should have threw some popcorn in there.
Fucking Pornhub, prepaid Pornhub subscription.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding. No, yeah. In terms of like gifts, let's say what do you want right now? If somebody's gonna buy you a present, what would you want?
Oh, do you know what? That's hard because I'm the type of person like I usually buy myself whatever I want throughout the year. So when Christmas comes, I don't know. Honestly, I guess a gift card. A gift card is always good with me.
Yeah, but what if somebody wanted like this is like this is a good gift. I appreciate
okay.
It.
Damn. Probably clothes. I don't know. You can't go wrong with a T-shirt.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say the same thing. I don't buy stuff. Mm-hmm. There's some people who like to buy, like, I was talking to Steven. He was like, oh, I like to buy a bunch of little things like shoes and shirts and whatever. I don't know. I don't buy anything like that. But I do like to buy really expensive like camera shit and computer stuff. Like I like tech. So I don't ever expect anyone to buy me like a new laptop or, get me that new Sony camera that I want to get. It's like, just you can give me some money. It'll go towards getting that.
Yeah, I don't know. My mom, I always tell my mom always gives me money, but she hates giving me money, if that makes sense. She's like, I know what to get you, but I hate giving you money. And I'm like, why? I'm like, I'm going to get whatever I want with it. I'm actually probably just going to go towards a bill, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I would prefer to just give people money because I'm like, I would, like with Arissa, I hate shopping because like, she's kind of picky and I don't want to get her like something she's not going to use or like, and I'd rather just like give you the money to get you what you want. Yeah. But it does take because I do get it though, because when the thought is, it means more when you get somebody something they like.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just the type of person who I'm like, you know how hard it is for me to give up like just $10 to you like randomly? Like, that's a lot of love, girl. You better like it.
Damn, bro. You cheap bastard.
$20, my bad.
There you go.
I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know. I'd rather give you like $20 than spend like, $10 on something.
Yeah, I feel you. So what's been going on in the Edward verse?
Oh man, dude, if you can't tell by the way I look, bro, I look like a trucker. I've just been so busy, dude. Like I want to go get a haircut, but like I'm just like so busy, like with work. Yeah. It's like it's crazy.
Get a haircut and a shave.
I'm waiting, dude. I can't wait to go get one.
You're gonna shave?
No, I mean I'm gonna trim it up. Like kind of probably like look like yours. Gotcha. Just saying.
Yeah, you've been working a lot. Mm-hmm. That sucks, man. Well, I mean, good.
It's good that I have a job, but yeah, it sucks. I gotta be there all the time.
Mm-hmm. Gotta sell hours of your life.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, dude. I don't like. I feel you because like when I have a goal to like I want to get something like we wanted it. We were like looking to buy a house, dude. I was able to kill myself. Like I was working like whatever like over 100 hours on a check sometimes. Mm-hmm. But that's because I had a goal to work towards.
Oh, I got you.
Dude, if I don't have a goal, I cannot do that. Like I can't just like stack bread for the purpose of stacking bread. You know, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I got you. I mean, but not even just the fact, like, I don't know, in my head, a lot of times when I'm at work, I'm just like, okay, when I reach a certain amount of hours, I'm like, you know what? I don't have to worry about, the rent. I don't have to worry basically bills, I guess you could say. Like, I know I'm going to have money to cover myself for the following month.
Yeah.
Which isn't a great way to look at it, but it makes me feel secure.
I got you. No, because like I mean, like what I make and my bills, like I just have auto pay on everything, and it just takes out what it takes out, and I've already at the point like I know what I have left, and also like and what I do is like I have in my when I get paid direct deposit, I just automatically take like a certain amount out of my check and it puts it into my savings. So when I get paid, my bank deposits what I make into my checking, and then what I put into my savings, it takes out. So it's like I don't even have to like worry about messing with any of that stuff. So I'm saving money. I know I'm saving money every month. And then what I have is paying the bills, and then what I have left over. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like I'm like, but like when we were getting the house, I was like, okay, I need to make as much money as I possibly can to put down for the down payment or whatever. So in terms of that, I was like, yeah, the more the better.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying as far as like having something to work towards instead of just like feel like I'm just working for nothing.
Just working to work.
Yeah. And then a lot of time, honestly, I remember because like. I mean, like when I first had a job, like I was making like $6 an hour, and like compared to what I make now, I'm like
back in the day.
Yeah, I'm like, where the fuck does all my money go?
Yeah, well, you probably had less responsibility.
All that too. Yeah, I did. I used to pay like $250 like rent.
Jesus.
When I had my own little place.
That's that Lockhart living.
No, this is actually in Martindale.
Oh, it's even worse.
I was pretty close to San Marcos.
You're right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I wouldn't say worse, but it's just smaller.
Yeah, I was right on the river though. I will tell you that. I never went in there, but I was
the
right
border.
On it. Yeah.
See, you didn't build a wall.
Nah. What? But besides Queen's Gambit, you ain't watched nothing else.
Queen's Gambit. No. Oh yeah. I watched the SpiderMans.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Continue my Marvel infatuation.
Which is crazy, man. I mean, that you tell me you're watching this and that, and I don't want to sound like negative, but to me, it's weird because it's like I wish I could be as excited as you are that you watched them, but I'm like, I don't know. There's something about me. I'm like, should I go back and watch it too? But then I'm like, nah.
Yeah, fuck that. No, I'm just watching them because I'm bored. There's really nothing else going on, and like I said, WandaVision just like piqued my interest in all this stuff again. So like I want to go back, and so I caught up on the Spider-Mans. They're good,
Oh, did you finish part 2?
Yeah.
So you saw at the very end where it was all like they reveal who he is. Okay, that's the part I was gonna talk to you about.
Who? Jake Gyllenhaal?
And no. Remember at the very end, like they bring back I don't know his name, but God dang it, he's the teacher from Whiplash. I'm trying.
I didn't see that end credit. J.K. Simmons.
Yeah. I don't know why I was gonna say J.K. Rowling.
They bring back him as the dude of the Daily.
Yeah, the one that runs the newspaper.
What's it called? Daily Beagle.
Yeah. Well, anyways, he comes out and he tells everyone that Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
So at the very end, everyone knows who Spider-Man is.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a secret. He was like really bad at keeping it. Like he's so obvious. He's always disappearing and shit when everyone else is like there. Like literally everyone figures it out. It's pretty funny.
No, I wasn't just gonna say I started watching just random stuff. Like yesterday we were watching this thing called, I don't think it's called Killer Kids, but I'm just gonna call it Killer Kids, and it was interesting. It's basically like these kids who committed these like horrible crimes when they were like in their teens, and there's like this bill that passed where it's talking about like when you're a teenager, this part of your brain isn't fully developed and you should get a second chance at parole and whatnot. So you hear from like you hear about the murder or the crime, and then you hear from the victim's family, you hear from the person who committed the crime, you hear from the investigation team, all the cops and stuff, and it was interesting. But I was talking to Valerie, and I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, though, they made me feel bad for this kid who committed this murder, but at the same time, you committed a murder. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry you grew up in a bad neighborhood and you had a tormented like childhood, but at the end of the day, no matter what, you can't bring back this person you killed. And I don't know. I don't know why we've been watching a lot of stuff like that lately. Like we watched a lot of Dateline.
You're sick.
And we talk about how we would kill each other and get away with it.
Jesus.
It's for real. It's pretty funny.
Okay. Damn, dude.
Well, because Dateline is always like, a husband killed a wife or a wife and killed a husband.
I think it'd be really hard to get away with anything these days, though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I can only imagine like in 20 years, like the technology.
Well, it really depends too, because it just depends on like where you do it too. Because like I'm sure certain cities cops are just dumb as shit. Like don't know how to investigate a murder properly.
Hell yeah, which is crazy because sometimes like they'll be like. A lawyer, like a real good lawyer, come in and be like, "Yeah, these cops, they ruined this crime scene," and they just throw the case out.
Yeah,
God,
that's really what happens.
But
they're just inept.
Something like, and it made me think because we were talking. Well, I said the future of how they would do that stuff. I was thinking of Minority Report. I never seen it, but I actually started it.
It's a good movie.
I know. I was like, I didn't know Colin Farrell was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's young in there.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah,
directed it. Good shit. Saw that a long time ago. Tom Cruise.
I just started it. I think I'm like 40 minutes in. Oh, and I did see Coming to America.
Oh, is that trash or?
I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't bad. There's one part. If I could take out this one certain part, it would probably make it pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. There's a part where the prince, Eddie Murphy's son, that he's like the prince. He raps, and I'm like, there was no reason for you to rap at all. Like you're not like an up and coming singer or nothing. Like you just start rapping out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. They just
maybe the guy wants a rapping career, so they're like, let's showcase him in the movie.
I guess, but there was really like no point for it, like whatsoever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, we're about to wrap up the show, but before we do, it's time for the trivia part about. I forgot to include it, so we gotta get that Queen's Gambit trivia. If anyone knew, brought to you in part by IMDb. So, on the last episode when we were doing that trivia, I found all the footage for that we talked about how like. Vision was blue. I found like footage of him blue and shit.
Oh, okay.
I saw they did actually record some of it in front of a live studio audience. There's like a featurette where they talk about it. Oh. So yeah, all that trivia was like pretty legit. So IMDb, good on ya. Good on ya. So I'm going to go ahead and just trust what you have to say. And we're going to read a little bit more.
Is this Queen's Gambit
trivia? Queen's Gambit trivia, okay. Yes. All right.
Do you want me to answer or are you just going to tell us?
No, I was just telling you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In autumn 2020, multiple news outlets, including the New York Times, blah, 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 reported that due to the popularity of the series, sales of chess sets had skyrocketed and interest in learning the game had greatly increased. That is 100% true because after I watched that, I downloaded chess on my phone again. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start playing chess again. And then I started doing all this research and like, what was the show based off of? And I started watching like YouTube videos of that Magnus Carlsen guy, like destroying all these like chess veterans when he was like a kid. So I don't know if you did that, but
I think I downloaded Candy Crush and then I deleted it.
Oh, shit. Unlike a majority of movies and television shows depicting chessboards, the chessboards are always set up correctly in the series, and the chess games and positions are realistic. National Master Bruce Pandolfini and Grandmaster Gary Kasparov acted as consultants of the series. Yeah, that's not hard to believe. That's legit.
Real quick, I didn't mean to throw you off topic, but I saw another chess movie with John Leguizamo. I forgot what it's called. It came out this year or last year. But it was more like a Dangerous Minds type of chess. You remember the movie Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer and the Bad Kids? It's like that, but they play chess.
Okay.
No, I'm just telling you, they're like kids who are like in they're like pretty much the bad kids, and he teaches them. Yeah, he teaches them how to play chess to like get out of the situation they're in.
And then I'm sure I could already tell you how this movie ends. They have to go up against these like bougie white kids who are just like the greatest of the greats, and then they have like a chess tournament and they end up beating them to prove to everyone that they're like these ghetto kids can play chess.
God, are you reading from the back of the DVD?
Is that what happened?
No, well, it's pretty close. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty close. It's not a group of kids. It's like one prodigy kid.
Okay, out of the group.
Yeah,
and he's fighting. Okay, or he's not fighting, but Okay, cool. Back to the trivia. It took writer and producer Alan Scott about 30 years to get this show into production. During that time, he wrote the story 9 times and approached several studios. Each studio rejected the show, as they believed that nobody would be interested in chess. Ironically, this show became the most viewed show on Netflix, attracting over 62 million viewers worldwide within a month after its debut. 30 years this fucking guy wanted to make this show. That's insane.
But could you imagine? I don't think it would have been as successful in the 80s.
I mean, honestly, it probably would have, because books are books. You know, like shit based off of books are almost always good, because you have more source material to explore. And I think turning it into a miniseries was the right choice. I'm not a huge fan of like hour-long episodes, but in this case, I think it was the right choice. Interesting. 30 years. Hopefully that doesn't take me that long to put out a movie.
Was it written? Was that book written by a man or a woman?
Yeah, Walter Tevis.
Tavis. I don't know. I guess maybe the series was directed by a woman.
All right, this is the last one. In an interview, Anya Taylor-Joy, Beth Harmon, said that before taking the role, her level of chess knowledge was zero, none. She went on to say that throughout the filming of the series, she was invited into a very secret world. It was so exciting to be able to have the pressure of you to learn this very complicated sequence over 3 boards, blah, 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 blah. So she didn't know shit about chess, and then she learned it for the show. That's pretty cool. Interesting. All right, sorry guys. That was the we're gonna go ahead and end on that note. I wanted to include that before we wrapped up Queen's Gambit, but I kind of forgot. So
that's fine. Maybe isn't that how we ended it last time with trivia?
Maybe, yeah, possibly. I think we did it a little sooner, but hey, you know what? We're getting our thing together. Yeah. So anyone who's new to the show, we've been doing this for over 3 years now.
The podcast?
Yeah.
No way. No, we started last year.
2 years.
We started in we started at the end of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be fair, I heard it takes 100 episodes to get good. But
I mean, we should have done more. We've taken so many breaks. I don't know why. For some reason, 3 years. So we've done it for over a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We started in December 2019. Okay.
That was episode 1.
Yeah. Interesting. It was with Vice.
Yeah.
That came out in 2019.
At the end of 2019, yeah.
It's just it seems so long ago.
I feel like 2020 was a long year.
Yeah. Anyways, we're approaching 100 episodes. We're on 80, or no, we're on 90 now. This will be our 90th episode.
Oh, nice.
So 10 to the big 100. Interesting. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting. We do have a YouTube channel out now. Please go and subscribe to that. Check it out. You're going to get the full experience in the YouTube. You get to watch us. And Edward, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, and make sure you like it. And if you talk shit, make sure we're gonna.
Oh shit! Your camera died.
Oh, let me turn that camera on. I'll redo this.
There you go.
What was the question?
Do you have anything to add about? To the audience?
Oh yeah, go support us. We appreciate it. Anyone who listens, new or old, we appreciate it.
Appreciate the support. We're just a bunch of guys who are big fans of movies. Well, I want to make them for a living.
Yeah. Oh.
And Edward wants to write my coattails.
Yes, I do. I will, all the way to the top. I told you I'll get you donuts.
You will, man. I like to lift my friends and family. I want people to rise to the top.
Hey, but it has to be at least $50K a year to get you donuts. Can we make that happen?
That's it.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be happy to getting donuts, bro.
All right.
I'll be happy with that.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, R.I.P. to my draft house, man.
Well, yours. I mean, mine are still alive.
Yeah, but
Austin's still going strong, and hopefully they don't go away, because once we all get vaccinated, I'm gonna be back at the theater. I'm gonna be at that bar.
Jeez. I mean, does the vaccination?
I'm gonna be doing drinking beers.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
No, I do want to go back to the. Oh, it's dead now. But I do want to go back to the draft house, man. At least once. But it has to be a movie that I can't see anywhere else. But you know what? Since you're getting into SpiderMan, I just thought about it. SpiderMan is going to be theater only.
Oh, well, Spider-Man maybe we 3. Can go back. I got to be vaccinated, though. But anyways, guys, thanks. We're going to be wrapping up the episode. Spider-Man 3, maybe we'll go check it out. Edward, anything to say?
Get vaccinated, guys.
Get that little prick in your arm. All right, thanks. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Everyone who listened, everyone who supports us. And we'll see. I can't talk. We look forward to next week when we take you back to the future.
Bye.
Bye.